guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is another video in my series for the parents out there who have been recently thrust into practically homeschooling because of the coronavirus. I am a homeschool mom. This is my third year of homeschooling, but I am a homeschool grad and been familiar with the concept for a really long time. I have two boys who are in second grade and kindergarten, and I'm going to try to share with you a few tips every single day to make this process work a little bit better. And remember, my core value here is that you are not necessarily replicating school at home. You are creating an environment for learning in your home. So today's video is not necessarily for the kids. It is for you. At the end of the day, this is not about homeschooling, okay? This is about being all in for your kids and doing what you can to provide them with the best education, but that isn't always just bookwork, okay? So I want to use that as an intro to give some suggestions to you moms who have suddenly become the teacher. I wanted to throw out this book first. Again, in these videos, I don't want to give you a whole bunch of stuff that you're gonna have to buy, because this is probably a short-term thing, hopefully a short-term thing for you guys. And if you end up deciding you want to homeschool, great, that's amazing, but know that it is not for everyone. But I want to start with this book, and it is called Teaching from Rest, and it is by Sarah Mackenzie. This is one of those books that I would recommend to anyone who is taking an active role in their kids' education, whether it is homeschooling or really getting involved in the school and taking the time that you have at home with your kids to create an environment for learning. And she actually signed it for me when I met her, because Sarah Mackenzie is so sweet. But this is such a good book. I also recommend this for moms who have like toddlers and preschoolers, and they're maybe pregnant with another one, because it does talk about how to, like I said, create an environment for learning when you don't necessarily have to be on top of them all the time. And it's called Teaching from Rest, A Homeschooler's Guide to Unshakable Peace by Sarah Mackenzie. Now, the other resources that I want to offer you today are podcasts. I have talked about podcasts on my channel before. I tend to listen to a lot of like theology and sermon podcasts, because a lot of times when I'm listening to podcasts, I am folding laundry, I am doing dishes, I am mopping, I'm vacuuming. I listened to 3 today, and so I guess that's at least 3 hours that I spent listening. But there are some that are specifically for homeschoolers. There are some as a short-term homeschooler now, just trying to take more responsibility in your kids' education. Some of these things may apply to you and some may not, but I thought that these would give you a good start. The first one is not specifically related to homeschooling. It is it's more of a motherhood podcast, and it's called Risen Motherhood. I know it is extremely popular, and I would recommend it as well. There's just a lot in there about praying for your kids and, addressing the loneliness that comes with motherhood. So whether or not you are a mom finding yourself in the middle of this craziness or not, this is a really good podcast for all of you. Another one is called Momfessions, The Real Kathy Lee. And this is Kathy Lee Eggers. I have seen her twice at the homeschool convention, and she is like the kind of mom that I kind of wish I could be. She's the mom who says yes a lot to things, and she has like 9 or 10 children. I don't know, most who are adopted, and is just a really fun person. And I love her personality and kind of her relaxed, have fun approach to things, which is why I recommend her. If you are wanting to take more of the classical approach to teaching your kids at home, even if it's just a little bit every day, I would strongly recommend the Classical Homeschool podcast. It's super helpful. Again, I don't even find everything that they have on their podcast 100% for me, but there's some really good talks in there that I would highly recommend. And from the author of Teaching from Rest, Sarah Mackenzie also has a book called The Read Aloud Family, and she has a podcast called Read Aloud Revival, and I find it really interesting. I'm going to do a whole nother video about reading aloud to your kids and the value of that and how to make that a regular part in your, whether it's in your homeschool or just in your regular daily life. Sarah Mackenzie has some great suggestions for reading aloud with your family, choosing books. Again, I'm going to go into this a little bit more, but she has a wonderful website, and I'm going to link all of this below. And possibly my favorite is the Homeschool Solutions Show with Wendy Speak, and I have been following Wendy Speak on Facebook for a while, and she posts some really helpful things. Again, not specifically toward homeschooling, but mothering and parenting. And Pam Barnhill, I have heard her multiple times at the homeschool conventions, and I love her style. She's kind of the, in one of my first videos in this series, I talked about having a morning time. She's kind of the morning basket guru, and she has a lot of amazing suggestions for homeschooling. So that wraps up today's video. I hope it was helpful. Again, I'm going to link everything below. Be sure to join me tomorrow for some more information regarding what to do during this time when you, mom, have found yourself to be the teacher. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new here. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.